Gold Squad TV. All right, so earlier today, I was trying to watch a summer league basketball game between the Celtics and Hawks in peace, and I made the sad mistake of watching NBC Sports Boston and being fucking tormented to the fucking, I don't know, man, the negativism in the negativism and the depressing analyzation of players by Brian Scalabrine, Chris Mannix, Abby Chin, and Chris Forsberg. Their commentary during that whole entire hour and an hour and a half broadcast was horrendous. I'll let Abby Chin pass because I like Abby. So I'm not gonna, even though she didn't ask the smartest questions, I'm not gonna go and get mad at Abby. She's being paid to ask these questions. But before I even get into the culprits in this, I just want to make this clear. If the Celtics don't get free agents and we lose Brown and Tatum, we got NBC Sports Boston and some of these other media outlets in Boston to blame. But I would definitely say mainly NBC Sports Boston with Scalabrine, Perkins, and, you know, Felger and Maz and all these idiots that don't know shit about basketball. And they played, some of them, Scal and Perkins, played the game. And they're, you know, at least Perkins won a title. And he actually was like some type of, you forget that Perkins actually had pretty good games in that finals. That 2008 finals. But Scal, you were a bona fide scrub, bro. I mean, like, I don't even like to use Stephen A. Smith lingo, but you were the epitome of ass cheeks, bro. I remember you getting drafted because I remember I watched you in USC. You know what I mean? I watched you at USC, and you were okay in USC, but when you got to the league, man, you had one good game in New Jersey. I remember it was the Detroit playoff game when you had 21 points. Other than that, your season averages were 2.1, 3.1, 3.5, 6.3, 2.9, 4.0, 1.8, 3.5, 1.5, 1.1, 1.1. So for a career average of 3.1 points a game. You know, Abby Chin asked you a question about Ime Udoka and the system he's going to run, and you said he's not going to run the San Antonio Spurs system, I don't think. So it's just going to be, I'm a big proponent of drive to the paint and pass the ball to the open man. You were the same dude who sat there when they asked you about 2 months ago, who do you think is going to be the head coach of the Boston Celtics when Brad got elevated to the basketball operations? And you said Kara Lawson was going to get the job because the players respect and love her. Dude, your hot takes are so retardedly bad. Kara Lawson wasn't even in the conversation. She stayed at Duke, and she even made it known she was going to stay at Duke, even though she loved the Celtics organization. You were so off your fucking rocker, dude. But some of the things you say is just, you said that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, in order to be great, need to average anywhere from 5 to 7 assists a game. What kind of crack are you smoking, bro? So I already made that known in a video in the past. Like, you want them cats to really be LeBron James, and that's just one player in the league that plays a certain way. And you want you want Tatum and Brown to emulate his game, as if like every star player does how many assists does Kevin Durant average? How many assists does Kyrie Irving average? How many assists, does Giannis Antetokounmpo really average? Not a lot. You know what I mean? Like, that assist stat is super overrated. What you want is some type of ball movement. But at the same time, you can't expect Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum to be assist machines when you didn't really have much around them last year. When you have Tristan Thompson out there who can shoot, Naismith who was still young and still trying to get his legs wet. And you got Pritchard out there who's on and off, Smart who's on and off. JB was hurt towards the end of the year, so he didn't even play in the playoffs. You're the one pointing out that JB averaged 3.4 assists, and you're saying that's not enough. Saying that he had a game where he didn't get any assists in the game. How should he get assists if the guys he's passing it to aren't scoring? You do know an assist. Then I always think assists are like the most overrated stat. You know, an assist is only an assist if the guy scores. So if you set him up, you get a pass. You're not getting assists credited to you if the dude don't score. So like that's just common sense. So we had Rondo here one year and he averaged 13 assists and we didn't win a lot of games that year. And so does assists really translate to winning? No. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are scorers. But let me get back to Scal. Scal, you make me cringe in ways. When you talk, you make me cringe. You make me cringe in so many ways, bro. At one point, I tried to like you, and I just can't find it within myself to. Like, I think if I met you personally, I would hate you. And it's like with a smile on my face, I would like literally hate you. I just get the vibe from you that you a super sucker, man. It is hard for me to take a guy who was a bench warmer in an NBA team who, for all accounts, probably sucked some massive amounts of cock to be in the league, because I know players from back then that averaged more than your 2.1, your 3.1 points a game, your 6.3 points a game, your 1.8. You had significant playing time in Boston in 05-06. It averaged 2.9 points a game. That's all you could muster. No wonder Paul Pierce had those years where he was having like years where he was the only one scoring. Now I was watching those games. Dude, you whack, bro. And not only that, let me just go into your assistant coaching career. You were on Mark Jackson's staff the year before the Golden State Warriors won it all, right? And you know what Mark Jackson did? He got rid of you, bro. He demoted you halfway through the season. And mind you, they went on to win 44 games. But you know why Mark Jackson demoted you? Because he felt you were violating his protocol. You know, say what you want. You might not like Mark Jackson. You might not like the fact that he kind of presses certain things on you on a personal note. However, man, you can't deny that man's played in the league. He was a much better player than you ever thought about being. For you to question Mark Jackson's logic is ridiculous when the man played almost 20 years in the league and was a floor general in a time where the league was more physical. You are only good for three-point shooting. To me, I can see why you always like that pass the ball to kick it out to the open man shit, because you were a three-point shooter, meaning you used to sit there on the corners all the time. You got your 21 points in that game against Detroit because you sat on the corners. That's what you do. You might have hustled every now and then and got a couple loose balls, but come on, man, you're not really. Come on, you were never really that good. I mean, you know it. Now, you could probably beat some Joe Schmo in your challenges and shit, but let's be honest, man, you don't get no points for that. You get no points for that. You 6'9", you're supposed to be able to do shit like that. The fact of the matter is, as a NBA player, you were trash. The fact that we even take you seriously for any analyst, any analytical content when it comes to this basketball shit is crazy to me. I would never listen to you if I was a student in your camps. I would hate myself if I had to listen to the way you try to tell me to play basketball. I would stop playing. I would quit. Now, as for NBC Sports Boston, as I end this video, a good friend of mine, the Boston Celtics chat room made this very known. NBC Boston and the Boston media in general sells pessimism. It's what it sells. Pessimism. Pessimism. You guys are pessimists. This Celtics team's not that bad. Do I think we should have made more moves? Sure, but the cap says no, then the cap says no. You know, I don't think we're nearly as bad as a lot of you people think. Yam had a good game today. He changed the momentum of the game in the first quarter when we were down. His defensive intensity showed up. Now, it's summer league, I get it, but this is the time to showcase your talents. He showed up. He showed out. Peyton Pritchard showed out as well. I thought Carson Edwards shot a little too much for my liking, and he needs to be off the tee. And I'm not gonna keep saying that. He needs to be gone. Yam should get a spot on that roster just for his defense alone. And his playmaking abilities. It's definitely other level type shit. It reminds me a lot of Tony Parker. Like I said, it's summer league. I get it. My comparison might sound a little too crazy, but I know basketball pretty well enough to know that I know where I see talent. When I seen Jason Tatum playing summer league, I knew that man was a different animal. So, and people laughed at me, though, it's just summer league. And then he goes in the league in first year in the conference finals. You're going to sit there and tell me that was a fluke. You crazy. But Naismith didn't have a great game, but he's a rhythm shooter. I think he'll get out. He'll snap out of it. He'll definitely snap out of it. The new kid from the new foreign kid that's on our squad, he did pretty well. Number 29. I can't really pronounce his name, so I'm not even going to attempt to, but he played pretty damn well for an 18-year-old. He's going to be a really good promising prospect, as the season goes on. He won't get much playing time, but they really should think about playing him. His intensity on the court, that dude don't take possessions off. Other than that, listen, man, give Brad a break. We have a way deeper bench this year than we thought last year. We have 15 spots. We ain't going to be dealing with having G League guys like Taco and Trey Waters playing. We're going to have legit NBA players on the team. Give Al Horford a chance. The dude's 35. Forsberg tried to sit there and say he was 36 years old. Forsberg's an idiot. He's not my age. Trust me. He's definitely not my age. He's a year and a half younger than me. You know what I mean? So Al Horford would be just fine. He had a really good year last year in 29 games. He didn't miss time because he was injured or anything. I don't know what this whole myth about his D was. That's from Philadelphia. Didn't hear anything about that last year. And then let's really be honest, man. At the end of the day, we need to stop listening to the pessimistic ass media and we need to stop allowing the media to dictate how we feel about a team. Think for yourself, man. Think for yourself. Understand at the end of the day that basketball is a team sport. And I believe in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I believe in Al Horford. I believe in Marcus Smart. And I believe in a lot of the veterans we got. Maybe not Grant Williams. I'd love to trade Grant and Heartbeat and Carson Edwards. I'd like to get rid of them. But I think Jan Mador needs to be on that squad. That's just me, though. That said, Scal, and Mannix too, man. You came off looking like a sucker. I liked you in your commentary during that Houston game, but you came out looking like a sucker, man. Don't do that to yourself again. Stop selling Celtics fans on pessimism. That said, Gold Squad TV, leave your comments down below, subscribe. What do you think of this clown Scalabrini and the whole NBC Sports Boston crew? Gold Squad TV.